Not far from there, Uganda's foreign minister says talks with the administration in Washington have yet to be finalized towards providing assistance to refugees from Afghanistan. Speaking to viewers Peter Clote via Skype, General Alhaj Abubakar Odong Jeje says his country has the capacity to offer 2,000 Afghans safe refuge.
As we speak right now, we have not yet reached any conclusive decision as to whether these people will come, when they will come, how many will come, which type of people will come. So we are still in contact with our friends and colleagues in the United States government on these matters, but no firm decision has yet been made.
Mr. Foreign Minister, some people have been worried about the impact of what is happening in Afghanistan so far on the security situation across Africa. What is your take?
First of all, it is true, it may have some security implications. But what is also important for us to know is that that can only be temporary. The ultimate solution is for us in Africa to build capacity, to build resilience, to be able to deal with the situations of that nature, if they should arise.
Now, Uganda hosts about 1.5 million refugees, the most of any country in the world. Do you think that an additional 200,000 Afghans promised by your government, you have the capacity to handle that?
No, the figure is not 200,000. The figure is just 2,000. We have the capacity, we have the place, we have the land. At any rate, as I mentioned, we are still in the discussions. We will be discussing what are our obligations, what are our responsibilities, and what are the obligations and responsibilities of our partners in this operation. So it will not be entirely a Ugandan thing.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because some people are suggesting, I want to get your thoughts on this, that the recent withdrawal of U.S. troops from Somalia and the ongoing withdrawal of French troops from Sahel, as well as the reliance of most African governments, including yours, on lockdowns due to the COVID, is contributing to a surge in terrorism across the continent. What are your thoughts?
First of all, these are two separate areas. You are talking about lockdowns and the surge of terrorism. Let me first of all talk about lockdowns. Lockdowns are not a choice method of dealing with this pandemic. We are forced into this by virtue of the fact that vaccines are not available. For us to get out of that, we need to develop our own capacity to produce the vaccines. Having said that, we are now still using the last resort method of dealing with the pandemic, that is lockdowns. I am not absolutely sure that lockdowns are related to the surge in terrorism in this region. In my own mind, I do not see that relationship.
Well, Mr. Foreign Minister, what role do you think Uganda can play in the manufacturing of vaccines, not only in East Africa, but can become a hub across Africa to produce its own vaccines? As somebody says, African problems and Africans generating its own solutions to resolve these African problems. So what role do you think Uganda can play by being a hub and drawing on Uganda's expertise in some of these areas, including security?
First of all, let me make it absolutely clear that Uganda has a history of managing pandemics. We have had to deal with Ebola, and we handled it successfully. We have had to deal with Marburg, and we have handled it successfully. And this new pandemic is therefore in that direction, something we should be familiar with, the methods of dealing with. In our past experience of dealing with those pandemics, we certainly have been able to acquire some expertise. We've been able to acquire certain knowledge. Our scientists have been studying the nature of these viruses. And as I speak, here in Uganda, we now have a wealth of knowledge. And I may inform you that our scientists have been working on the question of developing a vaccine that may be more reliable than what is on the market right now.
Well, that was viewers Peter Clotter speaking via Skype with Ugandan Foreign Minister General Alhaji Abubakar Odongo Jeje.